Well, John, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. We cannot wait to see your show as part of the comedy festival this year because your poor show has been cancelled so many times. I have to ask, what's that been like for you?
It's been a good time. No, it's been pretty, I don't know. It's weird when you, work on something for a very long time and no one really sees it. It's, I kind of have gone away from it and now I've come back and it's kind of been nice because I think, you work on something for so long it kind of stops being funny. With that big thorough of sort of the crowd reaction, it starts to, lose, I guess, the spark. So it's good to come back and just kind of rip into it again and, find more things to add in and that sort of thing. But, it was pretty, that's sort of the last sort of week or two before the show starts is always very sort of fast and stressful, trying to get everything together and sort of go through that part of the process twice. Wasn't exactly the best, but looking forward to finally doing it and moving on with my life.
And I know for me, for some of the things that I had that were supposed to be coming out during the pandemic that got postponed, I kept on tinkering with them. It was like, because they were there and not doing anything, I kept on wanting to change them. Was that something that you found that you went through yourself, or did you just kind of give yourself a break from it?
Well, I think the first time it was cancelled, when the Fringe Festival sort of went to just online in September when we sort of went back into that lockdown. Definitely spent, and I sort of went, I'll do a run in December. I definitely spent that time sort of continuing to tweak it and find little things and add new bits and take things out, that sort of thing. But I think, in December when my housemate got COVID and had to cancel that run, I think I took a well-earned break from thinking about that show and just kind of focused more on other things for a bit. I'm sort of starting to make some videos which will eventually come out later this year, I think. So it took a nice break because, as I said, it kind of became a little bit like I'm reading over the same things over and over and over again. And obviously, you can continuously tinker. You can always continuously tinker with ideas and that sort of thing. But sometimes you just have to stop. So just kind of took that break and then kind of got back into it in the last month and started, finding it funny again, I guess.
Yeah. And you're in Adelaide now for Adelaide Fringe. What's it been like to finally get back out on a stage again after all these lockdowns?
Yeah, it's been really cool. I've never been to Adelaide, let alone the Adelaide Fringe, and making the drive over and just soaking it up. It's pretty amazing environment. Obviously, growing up in Melbourne and going to the Melbourne Comedy Festival most of my life, it's obviously a very special thing to my heart. But I've got to say, coming to Adelaide and the way the festival runs, it is really there's a really big community feel to the festival, and there's people out everywhere, and there's street art and performance, and it's really fun. And then getting up and performing a few things at a few bars and that sort of thing. It's been really cool.
Awesome. Now, for those that didn't hear our first interview with you last year, tell us a little bit about this show and what people can expect to see with the show that you're presenting at the Comedy Festival this year.
The show's it's very silly. If you're looking for a simple stand-up show, it's probably not the place to be. It's a lot of sort of characters and sketches and high energy sort of things. It's mostly my rubbery, stupid face through the sort of show and my gangly, lanky limbs.
You come up with some really, really great characters. We saw that with the shows that you've done in the past. How do you create those characters? Are they based on people that you meet in real life, or how do you create them?
Sometimes they're based on people I meet in real life. I tend to, being a younger sibling, I got very good at mimicking people. So, yeah, a lot of the time, well, sometimes I'll have an idea and then I sort of go, oh, maybe it just needs to be a little bit like my friend Jack. And I'll just sort of throw that in, a little bit in terms of the physicality and that sort of thing. But, yeah, sometimes it's just I encounter someone and I'm like, holy crap, look at you. And just use that.
You've got a very, very unique style of comedy. What did you grow up watching? Like, where did this style come from? Was it something that you perfected when you were younger, or was it the things that you watched or heard when you were younger that kind of influenced you?
Oh, yeah, there's, I would say probably the hugest one is Monty Python. I think, like, as a kid, you know, John Cleese is probably a very big influence on me, being also a tall, lanky, physical kind of guy. So, yeah, just growing up, like, sort of acting out Monty Python sketches and Fawlty Towers scenes and that sort of thing. Just that the silliness, smart silliness is how I think of it, I guess.
Now, I remember you told me before there was a little bit of a story behind it. Tell us a little bit about how you came up with the name of the show that you've got this time.
Yeah, so that's, I tend to say, yeah, so, a lot. Yeah, so like I kind of, it's also just kind of, sometimes when you perform the kind of sketches I do, there's really nothing to say after it finishes, and you just got to move on. So you just, you know,
yeah.
So next thing.
Now, a lot of people are saying that the Comedy Festival coming back to Melbourne is going to be the thing that brings Melbourne back to life. Like, I go into the city most days during the week, and I can say the CBD still looks pretty bare, but a lot of people are saying Comedy Festival is going to bring it back to life. How excited are you about being able to head back to Melbourne and perform your show in front of a local audience after everything's been kind of empty for so long?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like Melbourne's ever dead, really.
Yeah.
But I think every year the Comedy Festival really there's just a surge of electricity through the whole city, and it's just awesome to just walk around and see what's happening and walk in and see things you never thought you'd ever see. And yeah, no, it's obviously the last couple of years has been pretty crazy. So no, it'll be cool to see it all happening again.
Yeah. Now, for everybody listening, we're going to put Jon's dates and times up for his shows online, so you'll be able to get all of that information there. But, of course, you can also find that information by going to the Melbourne Comedy Festival website. Jon, what would you like to say to everybody out there who's thinking about heading along to see your show? Why should they go along and see your show?
That's a really good question. I would really like you to come and see the show. That's one reason. I think it's you know, if you want to see something different, you know, you go out and you can go out and see the big dogs, see some great shows, and then come and see something very different that is, yeah, I think that's my main thing is, yeah, something different with high energy and silliness.
Definitely. And Jon's being very, very polite there, everybody, because I went to see the show that he was part of last year, and it was my favourite show of the Comedy Festival last year. So Jon's show is going to be very, very special. So to quote Molly Meldrum, do yourself a favour, jump onto the Comedy Festival website and grab yourself some tickets for Jon's show. Now, Jon, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today, mate. It's been an absolute privilege having you on the show. Good luck with the rest of Fringe in Adelaide, and we cannot wait to see you on stage here in Melbourne.
Thanks so much for your kind words. Good to chat to you.